Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for November 27, 2015. Local residents recently had a chance to learn about the history of the jewelry industry in Attleboro and Providence. The Attleboro Historic Preservation Society held a joint meeting with the North Attleboro Historic Society last week at the Attleboro Area Industrial Museum. Laura E. Johnson of Historic New England led the presentation about the jewelry industry. We spoke with her after the presentation.
I was invited here today to speak about the jewelry hub of the world, Attleboro and Providence, and their importance to the international jewelry history that I think deserves far more attention than it has received in the past. We are here today in the Industrial Museum, and we were joined by members of the North Attleboro and the Attleboro Historical Societies. They invited me to come and speak about one of my favorite topics. I'm a curator of jewelry and textiles and have worked for Historic New England for about 5 years. And I've always been interested in questions of adornment and identity. And to me, the connection between costume and fashion and jewelry was a natural one. So I've been working on an exhibition for Historic New England that will open in early 2017 or late 2016. We're still working on the details of that will be taken from our collection and will focus in large part on New England jewelry history. So there'll be a large portion devoted to exactly what I was talking about tonight. And I think there was always a sort of synergy between the Attleboros and the region and Providence because they were complementary in many ways. Many of the findings were made here in Attleboro, the chains, the details, the backs, everything that was mounted on or with, and then they would go across over into Providence and be incorporated into the larger pieces. So I don't think there was as much competition as there was connection. I think there was a decline. And yes, it started in the late 70s and into the early 80s as companies started to move production overseas, largely to Asia, in order to take advantage of much cheaper labor resources. And it changed things dramatically. And a lot of people that I talk to mention specifically that moment when things started to shift, where they lost their tax base, they lost a lot of their expertise as that changed. But I don't see it as the death of the industry at all. From what I've been able to tell, I've been seeing a lot more interest, especially in this area with younger people who are coming out of fantastic programs like the one at RISD or up in Boston at the North Bennett Street School. There are great designers that are coming from an academic tradition and starting businesses right here in the area. There are lots of other smaller organizations that have factories with 2, 3, 4, 5 people working with a design CAD program, as well as the larger companies that have 50 or more employees that are working with design CAD programs and sending things out as well as making them right here.
That's it for today's update. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.